In this video, I want to explore the arpeggio, or ARP for short, which is basically just a melodic sequence repeated over and over, and it gives it this energy, and it's quite rhythmic, and it's used in a lot of melodic techno, trance, um, yeah, a lot of different genres within EDM, and I mean, even contemporary music. So this is an example just using a piano, and so you can hear it in a musical context before you hearing it within the context of an EDM track. So when you add more melodics to that, you'll hear how it kind of enhances it. It's pretty basic, and that's just to sort of demonstrate it, but this is what it would sound like in the context of an EDM track. The next aspect that I want to look at is the arpeggiator. It's one of the fundamental plugins that you'll get with any DAW. I think FL Studios has its own, Logic has its own. They all have their own in Ableton. It can be found here in the MIDI effects. There it is there. You have different presets that you can use. I like to just load it up basically as it is. So I'm going to demonstrate exactly what's happening here. So if you just draw in one note, what you're going to get is it's just going to repeat that note in a 16th pattern, which I have here. So I want it to play in an up pattern, meaning that it's going to go and play in this sequence, depending on which chords I'm going to choose, which will probably be this, and then it's going to repeat that like that. That's exactly what's going to happen. If I just draw that in, that is what you're going to get. So basically that's what I've done here, only I've just changed the notes. You can change how fast it plays. You change the decay of the notes. The pattern that it plays in. And the distance it'll go up the scale. And how many steps. So that's basically it for the arpeggiator. But to see what it's doing, normally you can add in a new MIDI track, get it to listen to whichever device. So this is the one that I'm listening to here, 24. As you can see, number 24. Choose number 24. Change it to in. Now it's going to listen to whatever this is playing, and I can record it in. So and that's just a nice wee trick you can use, and it's good for, and you need it, as I said, switch it to in so that it's listening, then auto, so that you can play it back. But obviously there's no plug-in here, so if I just put a wavetable on there, change that, and we are not getting any sound. Where is Serum? That's basically playing this now on this channel. So So that's just a nice wee trick that you can use. And sorry, as you can see, every time I changed the order in which they played, then you can see that the pattern changed. So that's it for the arpeggiator. So the next method to look at is the use of plugins to create your sound. So again, a lot of plugins just kind of used for the context of the mix, not actually necessary. And I want to show you where it can go. So I've loaded up Anna and Serum 2, and I have pigments there just to kind of demonstrate that as well. So I'll start with Anna, and already drawn in just a sequence. It's literally on one note, the root note of this track, which is F minor. So it's F. If I hold F now, this is what we'll get. Because within Anna, when you go to the ARP part of the plugin, which is this, you'll see that it's already drawn in them notes. Now I can change that. So I like that. So if you want to put that in context of the mix, actually liked it better before. And then you put in all of this. That's one method. And then if you move over to Serum, I'll show you what's going on here. Again, just some sidechain and a bit of EQ. And if I just play that, so rather than using like a sequencer or a preset, it's the designer of this sound is obviously drawn in, so it's mapped to the velocity, where you could map that to your pitches here. Probably it has been done. So let's just map it here. It would have to be a wee bit more accurate, but that is kind of the method. That's one note, but it's still the same method. And the final one is pigments. I haven't actually drawn anything in for that. I'm going to turn those off. The difference in pigments is it has this sequencer. Now, to be fair, if you look at Serum, it now has an arpeggiator. So if I go in here, this one, yeah. So we'll start. So without that turned on, this is what it's just going to play. But you press one note, two notes. So that's basically an F minor chord. and just to demonstrate that in the piano roll. So again, what we can do there is we can change the notes that it's playing. So there's just so many different possibilities using the presets already within this. So I'm just using the preset for the sound, but these are all presets for the arps. So you can mess around with that and see what you can come up with. And sometimes just randomization is pretty good for your track too. So if I just take those and chuck those in there, just to see how that sounds. And just, like, I'm not really thinking about what I'm doing, I'm just using the method. There you go. And the final one, pigments. Again, just use randomization. So down here, the scale of the sequencer. So if we go to a natural minor and look for F, which is here, we're just basically using everything which is in the F minor scale. So yeah, that's correct. So now that's going to just play everything that's in that scale. Again, just borrow some of this stuff here and chuck it in there. Again, now just try some randomization. It's just completely random, but that's the what you're trying to create. Just an ARP is just like repeating sequences. So randomization is good, but then the final one that I want to talk about is using chords. The final thing that I want to cover is basically just using chord sequences to create your ARP sequence. It's pretty straightforward. The idea is to just click on your chord sequence. I've just put this one in, just a MIDI track, and I just want to use that. And you can see here it goes from the G to the F to the D sharp to the D. That is in G minor. And I'm just gonna click on your chord sequence and then control and click on this is where you want to have your pluck, which I have already loaded up this one. What I'm going to do here is just basically click on this one and then control and click on this, and this will open your MIDI pattern. Again, click, control, click. Just start drawing in along these lines. So I don't know what I'm going to come up with here. You also don't have to stick within the confines of the chord sequence. You can also just kind of scatter notes here and there, especially in the, basically, see these like gaps, there's nothing in here in this line. So something in there, maybe just down here. Doesn't have to be there, could be. That sort of becomes more of a melody than an arp, but again, you can do whatever you want. It's music. There are no, the rules are there to be broken. So I think that's it for all of my different methods, and if you like the video, please just subscribe and give it a like, and hopefully I can make more time to get more videos with, I guess, more viewers and give me a reason to do it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and catch you in the next one.